So let's get into it. So it starts off with these awesome credits where everything's like spelled out with mustard and there's food on it, or they have it printed on chapstick, or their names on a card. Very creative and awesome credits, and good song by the White Stripes. We're gonna be friends or whatever. Just a good way to start it. Um, like the fun fact, the egg farmers were the legit egg farmers on that farm. That's what it is. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Like they seemed like real farmers. That part was like, well, I'm going with the egg farm with the arrowhead or whatever. I can't even do it, but you know what part I'm talking about. But yeah, the intro is good with the food credits and the library cards and all that. But then next scene is with the. I'm just gonna start talking about all the scenes I love because there's so many. And when Napoleon Dynamite ties the string to the action figure, throws it out the window of the bus, and right away it gives you a feeling of like what this movie's about. It's just about little fun scenes, basically. There is a plot. Sorry, you could say that the plot is Uncle Rico is scheming against Napoleon Dynamite, and they're like feuding, and Rico has to look after Kip and Napoleon Dynamite, and Pedro is running for president. Like there is plot points, but it's mostly just like a very loose plot to connect these very fun scenes. And yeah, with the scene with the action figure when the kid's like, "What are you gonna do today, Napoleon?" And Napoleon Dynamite goes, "Whatever I wanna do, gosh," or something like that. It just gives you the perfect indication of what's to come. This sort of bratty, misunderstood, nerdy, but like a sweetheart of a kid. You find out later on at the he really is. He's a sweetheart at the end there with the dance. I honestly cried at the end. I'm a sucker for films, usually with the happy tears. Sometimes for sad movies I'll cry too, but usually when there's a happy moment like that, at the end, and sorry, sort of spoilers, but I don't know. I think this scene still hits home and still carries gravity, even if you know about it. And you've probably seen the memes of the Napoleon Dynamite dance. If you haven't seen Napoleon Dynamite now, you really should see it. You should really see it. That is a fun fact, by the way. So dirty. It does seem too real, right? Phone me and I can do a perfect impression of that old guy. Hugh, come into the Discord. You have Discord. You could do it. Come into the booty movie talk voice channel, and you could do your impression of that egg guy if you want. I'd let that happen. So you phone me or just come into that channel. You know what I'm saying, baby? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna keep talking about Napoleon Dynamite. So I talked about the opening. Obviously, Pedro running for class president is huge. Oh, I'm gonna talk because there's very few negative things to say about this, but I have like two very minor notes about Napoleon Dynamite. So there's a scene with Summer Wheelie, who I found out now is played by Hilary Duff's sister, Haley Duff. I didn't know that before. Hilary Duff's sister is Summer Wheelie. And she is obviously the opposing runner of the class presidency against Pedro. And she says something, not only is it kind of racist, but it's also just dumb, because why? But then let me explain. She says, "Who wants to eat chimichangas next year?" Not me, because he's Mexican. And right away it's kind of racist. You're not supposed to like her. This was a different time in a small town in 2004. It feels like the 90s and it looks like the 80s or something like that. But yeah, no, that part I was kind of like, what? I forgot about that. But also chimichangas are delicious. Like, why wouldn't you want to eat chimichangas next year? Like, that's not only is it racist, it's stupid, because chimichangas are delicious. Anyway, that's a really minor note because it's like you're not supposed to like her anyway. She's the villain. That's I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, Hugh, come on down into the chat and you do that impersonation of the egg guy. Oh, Soap Dirty, you're in here. Let's talk, buddy. Soap Dirty. Soap Dirty. What's up, my friend? Oh, you're muted. I don't know why. Unmute yourself, perhaps. Yeah. I'm not muted. But yeah, I can't unmute you. Anyway. If we can
I'm
get
unmuted.
you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, baby. Yeah, you did it. Yeah, Soap Dirty in the house. We got you.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's turn you up
Right.
though. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we're talking about Napoleon Dynamite. You can go ahead. I'll chime in here and there.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good. That's what it's all about. So I'm just sort of going through my memory in the order of the plot that I remember. So there's a scene we gotta talk about Deb, obviously, a very important character, love interest for Napoleon Dynamite. Starts off with Deb leaving a bunch of crap on his porch, as it's put in the movie, and it's just a bunch of they're like hair ties. I don't even know exactly, or keychains. It's like a bunch of keychains, I think. Beauty supplies and stuff like that, and he ends up giving them back to her at school. But that scene leads to one of the funniest lines because it's another thing that's funny because it's dumb. There's a lot of that in this movie, but that's sort of the charm. She says something about how she's saving up money for college, and then you hear Kip say from the other room, "Your mom goes to college," and it's just such a perfect line. It's like, but why is that even an insult? But her mom goes to college.
I love Kip. Kip's my favorite.
Absolutely, and I said about Kip too. With there's the scene where Napoleon Dynamite phones Kip, and he's wanting him to pick him up, but he doesn't want to because he says he's really busy, and he looks over, he's just grating cheese onto nachos, and something that I think this is an intentional continuity thing that the cheese just magically grates in between shots when they cut away to Napoleon Dynamite and they cut back to Kip. There's more cheese on the chips every time, and we like to think that he's just grating furiously in between those cuts. So yeah, I don't know. I really like that scene, and most of this is magic. But yeah, there was the other minor thing. There was one other thing that I was gonna say negatively. The extremely minor. Oh yes, and this is extremely a nitpick again. But there's the scene because Pedro. Remember, there's a scene where he cuts his hair because it gets too hot, and he's bald. And
Yeah,
he
it
shaves
was
his
too
head.
hot, so he cut his hair.
It makes sense. So and they have to find him a wig, and I didn't really think about this until this viewing, but I think this could have helped a little bit. Just a scene, even if they said something to Pedro like, "What do you think of this one?" and he said something like, "You decide. You pick the wig." Because it's a little weird. Like, why doesn't Pedro have any say in the wig? I get that they're friends and they're helping him pick, and this is just a minor note, but I just thought that was a little weird.
And just trust Napoleon's sense of style.
Yeah.
Napoleon has such sense of style.
Well, yeah, that too, and it also leads to that moment where Deb and Napoleon Dynamite's hands touch on the wig. So I get why the scene's there, but yeah, I just would have liked maybe something like, "What do you think of this wig?" And or Pedro saying something like, you guys, my friends, I trust you. Pick the wig, or just something like that. But that's again, it's a very minor note, and yet about his style. Where he gets the suit, that cool brown suit, man, I would wear that suit. It's so smooth.
So sick. You know the uncle, right?
Uncle Rico.
Uncle Rico, okay, Uncle Rico, you know, he ate steak in like every scene, right? Like almost every
Yeah,
scene he's
those
in.
like
Okay.
microwave thin
He's
steaks.
a vegetarian in real life. The guy,
Oh
well,
my
him constantly
god.
wiping his face with the napkin is him spitting out the steak.
Oh, I didn't know that. That makes it
Yeah.
more interesting. Oh man, that's funny. I had no idea. I'm just gonna read some of these comments. I feel like I'm a little bit behind. Fuck a booty cumber. I'm on Discord, but can you hear me? Huey.
Yeah, and like I wrote in there that the egg farmers, those were just like some legit egg farmers. They weren't actors at all. Like,
I know. Yeah, that's so cool. I didn't know that either. But Hugh, no, you have to go into the movie chat, Hugh. I don't see you there. In the Booty Quiver Discord. Okay, screw that. I've got to go. That's fair. I'll do the egg impression for you later. He was the walrus. Okay, that's it. That's that for that. Sorry, did I cut you off though? Were you saying something?
no, 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 I'm good to go.
Okay, that's cool. So, I'm gonna keep trying to remember stuff. Oh yeah, let's talk about the scene where Napoleon Dynamite is asking Trisha to the dance, and there we see him go into her door. He looked in his yearbook to find. I thought that was interesting too. To find the girl that he wants to ask out to the dance, and it's this Trisha, and he goes right to her house, asks her. Her mom answers, and who does he see but his Uncle Rico? And every chance that Uncle Rico gets, he tries to embarrass Napoleon, says he wets the bed, and says he's special, and and that kind of thing, which leads to, Trisha not being super psyched. Not necessarily for that, just because I think she knows Napoleon, and he's that sort of nerdy type, and she's not super interested. But her mom makes her go to the dance,
Yeah.
which leads to a funny scene with Rico and Napoleon Dynamite. He's trying to sell Tupperware. Uncle Rico, of course. That's another plot of the film that leads to some good scenes as well. But yeah, Napoleon Dynamite has to go with him if he wants a ride to the dance. But he's taking so long, so he just starts running, which is kind of funny. Running out into the distance, and he just happens to get picked up by Pedro's super cool cousins. I think, I'm not sure, possibly brothers.
Yeah, it's like straight cholo cousins.
Like
They're awesome.
Yeah, I think it's cousins, and that's really cool.
The lowrider.
And,
oh my god.
Yeah, and how he like sticks up for the nerds when the nerds getting bullied, and they pull up the car with hydraulics, and they're like, no go, leave him alone. I really like that bit. But yeah, love this movie. I have pretty much nothing but good to say. Like I said, those two really minor nitpicks already. I'm not even gonna say them again, because I just want the main focus to be good, the good about this film, because it's really just a wholesome.
The talent show's great with his dance moves.
Oh yeah, it's super wholesome, and it's funny how the scene before, where they realize Pedro's like, oh, I don't have a skit. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm fucked. Basically, he comes to the realization while he sees Summer Wheelie. Who does that song? Is it NSYNC or Backstreet Boy? Always love life. The song that they did the dance to. I think it's NSYNC, but I'm not 100% on that. Anyway, they're doing that song, that dance to that. And I love it because the principal is like nodding along to it. It's a funny clip of him doing that. And then yes, it leads to, and again, I cried for this part when Napoleon Dynamite starts dancing for Pedro, because this is a story about friendship, and it's a really good story about friendship, because it's Pedro and Napoleon Dynamite. Those are like maybe the best friends in movie history, debatably. Debatably, I think most things are debatable, but yeah, no. At the end, it's such a beautiful scene of him dancing, and they obviously foreshadow it with him learning the dance moves from the tape he gets from the flea market or whatever Value Village type store, from the thrift store. Bill and Ted, excuse you.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Stevie's got it. Bill and Ted are, they're excellent
friends. Oh, okay. I get you. I said debatably. Anything's debatable. That's why I always try to fit that in there, to make it clear that I don't know what I'm talking about. It's debatable. Anyways, let's look up real quick. Oh yeah, no, I know what year this is. 2004. Oh yeah, what a year. I remember when this came out. It was a huge deal. And I actually saw like the ending before I saw the full film, which is kind of funny. I saw like the dance sequence. My cousin was like watching it on a laptop, and I was like, "Oh, what do we got here? The ending of Napoleon Dynamite." I'm curious. I want to see. But yeah, obviously then I was like, and I think we bought the film on DVD before renting it or anything. We knew like we want to see this. Like we're very intrigued by this, and we were not let down. Huge thumbs up. It's fantastic.
It's just a wholesome movie.
Yeah, no, exactly. It really is. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell a story about Napoleon Dynamite and watching it, or wanting to watch it, I guess you could say, because we were going for an elementary school ski trip way back in the day, and you could bring a movie and you could watch it on the way and on the way back of these ski trips. And I brought Napoleon Dynamite on DVD, and they had a DVD player. Would have worked. It's PG, and I made that clear. I was like, it's PG. This is okay. But I think the one teacher just either they had it out for me, or they didn't believe in Napoleon Dynamite, and they're like, no, there's no way it's not that dirty. They're like, we're not putting Napoleon Dynamite. It's too stupid or something like that. Not allowed. And I was like, damn it. Come on. And then we had to watch fucking Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants instead, which sucked.
You should give a review of that movie.
Oh, I don't want to watch it again. I remember just being in pain watching it. We were like, this movie sucks. Anyway, that was a quick story. I'm running out of stuff to say about this movie, Napoleon Dynamite. Do you have anything else to say?
Oh, there's one scene where if you look closely, you gotta watch it with the commentary. It's hilarious. They just tell there's one scene where he's just got a cobwebs hanging from his hair in the air, and if you don't notice, you don't notice. But once you see it, like you can't not see it every time.
Oh man, yeah. You're an aficionado in this more than me. I thought I knew this movie. You clearly know more than me. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll have to go back and check it out. But yeah, I have the DVD, so I've seen a lot of the special features and stuff, and like you've seen the short film that it's based on, right? Palooka?
I think so.
Yeah, because it's on there too, Palooka, and you can see it's like a black and white student film, but you can see like where a lot of the scenes that are in the short film have been turned into scenes in the movie. But yeah, if you really like a movie, get the DVD. The special features are often worth it. Not always. Sometimes special features are weak. But Napoleon Dynamite, they got them good special features. Anyway, I'm gonna rate it. You got anything else to say? Close it off?
I got nothing else to say. That was fun. That was a fun chat. This is the one movie I know about. The other one I don't.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm glad you came in, because I don't think, other than the movie review team, you're the first person that's not on the movie review team to just come into the chat, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, there's no picture of me to put on the...
Not yet. You have to send me one. Send me a print and I'll put it up, because I don't even have a printer. I bug my brother to get pictures. I bugged him for the last guy and he still hasn't done it yet.
Yeah,
so
I'll mail it in.
Yeah, mail it in and I will put it up. That's so awesome. Okay, I'm gonna rate this movie 9.5 out of 10.
Wow.
Because I really do love it. And there's, like I said, there's tiny nitpicks. The line about chimichangas and the wig thing. Extremely minor things. 9.5 out of 10. Yes, yeah. I'm not even going to put on beat. I'm just going to talk about it.
9.5. I'd give it a 9. So yeah, that's pretty
solid. Yeah, that's fair. We're both with it. I was thinking about a 9, but I was like, you know what? No. It made me cry. I loved it. I think I loved it more than that. Yeah, 9.5 out of 10. And we're